Hey everybody, going through more of my comic book collection. If you've seen some of the other videos, as I previously talked about, my old long box sadly had to meet the end, so I transferred them into this box. Eventually I'm going to put them in a different long box, but I thought it'd be fun to do some video recording. And if you are a comic book fan and looking for some fun reminders of comics past, here we go. Once again, we're going to do about 3. So what's our first one? I love this back cover. Lime Green Puff Tricks. Yes, they put back before Lime Green was in Tricks. Alright, we got, ooh, here's a great one. Amazing Spider-Man 347. Alas, poor Spider-Man, I killed him well. This is an epic Eric Larson cover. Looks like I think I actually have both issues. Yes, I do. I have both issues in here. So 46 and 47. 46, and it's basically a 2-part story. And this is interesting because this also, I believe, leads is when Carnage kind of is introduced briefly, because when Venom breaks out of prison, he leaves the symbiote with Cletus Cassidy, so that sets the seed for Carnage. But I've seen this one. It's such a great one. You get the gross, gnarly tongue and teeth of Venom. You see him holding a skull with Spider-Man's mask ripped on it. It's a great little homage to Hamlet. Really good. You see how, like, you know, Larson, I think, was one of the best when it came to drawing Venom more than anybody else. He kind of got the twisted kind of bizarreness of him. Like, he's got some of Spider-Man's abilities, but there's much more worse things about the symbiote that Eddie Brock brings to. And I love this one. It's May 347. I believe this was 1990. It says 91, so yeah. Yeah, that's a great one. Alright, what we got here? The Reign of Superman. This is Superman 503. Don't send a boy to do a man's job. Here we have Superboy fighting the Cyborg Superman on the cover. And this is where things get really interesting about what's going on. I believe we get more clues to where the real Clark Kent is. And this is one of those big reveals we find out the Cyborg Superman definitely is not. He beats the tar out of Superboy, but I think Superboy escapes. It's a great little one. Tom Grummett did the artwork, so yeah, it's definitely a iconic if you're a Superman fan, but it's definitely in that era where, like, a lot of gimmicks, but the Reign of Superman arc. Alright. Finally, we got, good surprise. I had to pay $7 for this at the time. I'm sure at one point it was way more expensive. This is Spider-Man #1 from 1990. This is one of the bigger selling comics at the time. Todd McFarlane. Torment Part 1 of 5. Torment is not a beloved story, but this was one of the biggest collector boom comics because they were one of the first to have multiple variants. Collectors went crazy trying to find different ones. There's in all different colors. I think I don't remember if they ever confirmed there was a platinum one. I remember Wizards said there was a platinum one that was worth like several $1,000s, but I know there was like a silver one, a gold covered one, and so forth. This is, I think, just it's got a silver hue to it, so I don't know if it counts as the silver one or if this is just the standard one, but I think the standard one was all black. So, but this is one of many of these Spider-Man ones. You know, I like the way you got the webbing, you got the spiders kind of mixed into it. It's definitely a little more creepier. This issue kind of has a Batman-esque kind of where, like, Spider-Man's kind of saves somebody in an alleyway. It involves the Lizard, I think Calypso. It's definitely nothing that's a great, McFarlane's okay writer. I think he did better when he was working on Spawn. But Spider-Man, great artist, not the best writer. But yep, I paid back in the day. This cost $7 at a convention. It was $1.75, which at 1990, they were still averaging $1, maybe $1.25, but $1.75 meant this was a bigger deal. First of all, new collector's item. They literally wrote collector's item because they were really trying to hit the boom market. And you got to remember, in 1990, you had X-Force #1, Spider-Man #1. Well, actually, no, Spider-Man #1, and then X-Force #1 a few months later, and then X-Men #1. So it was all these #1s. This is where all they dropped they were all the adjective-less era. So yeah, instead of Amazing Spider-Man, which they still had, Spectacular Spider-Man still had, and Web of Spider-Man, we had Spider-Man. So this was the fourth Spider-Man book. This was the Todd McFarlane, he can do whatever he wants book. And he wound up, after 1 year, leaving for Image. Anyway, if anybody if you're seeing this and you have one of the more expensive, rarer variants, please let me know how hard it was for you guys to get it. Like I said, I had to pay $7 for this at a convention. I can only guess how much some of the crazier ones were. Anyway, we'll do some more later. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share.